Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. I welcome you all to the third session, which is going to be about speaking. And this third lecture is part of English language learning series. Two lectures have previously already been recorded and uploaded on my YouTube channel. This is going to be lecture number third, and we will continue this series up until lecture number 7, which will be the last lecture and an end to the entire process of how one can take himself or herself through learning this learning journey of English language. Well, without any further ado, I want to get to the topic, which is speaking. Now, speaking is also an important skill. That is, if you want to learn English language, you must speak it. Otherwise, you are going to leave a blank box, okay, which will hinder your journey of learning English language. Yeah. So first of all, if you look at this heading, which is okay, encased in a colorful background, it reads keeping it general, interesting, and insightful. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me tell you something. Let me explain, and then you will be able to understand why have I named it so. Well, first of all, communication. So let me tell you a short factual story. It's not a kind of story, but a proof that speaking is an impactful skill. All the successful people, when they were asked about the top three secrets of their success, they mentioned good communication skills is one of those skills, which tells a lot about the power of speaking in becoming successful in getting success. So speaking is very, very influential. Okay, I know there is a difference between communication skills and language learning. I know that, but for you to be a good communicator, you must know how to speak a particular language. That is why I am here putting an emphasis on speaking, which is very much proven from the fact that I have dedicated to it a separate lecture, which is lecture number third. So another thing is that it is generally said that in terms of impression, an individual has two introductions. One is based upon his appearance, his or her appearance. The other one is based upon the way he or she speaks. Now, appearance is natural, it is not in our control, it is hereditary. Okay, it is something that we take from our parents. But luckily, speaking is learnable, it is a learnable skill. You can acquire it if you put efforts into it. Okay, now I am moving. Okay, so with that, okay, we are done with this colorful heading, which is about keeping it, which is keeping it general, interesting, and insightful. Moving ahead, if you look at this heading, ways for improving speaking vocabulary and practice. Now, what do I mean by that? Yes, at face value, they seem very general, very simplistic. I know that. Okay, but they are important. Nobody can deny their importance when it comes to learning how to speak well, how to speak effectively, how to speak eloquently. See, vocabulary. I'm not going to speak on vocabulary in this lecture because lecture number 4, which is going to be the next lecture, is purely dedicated to vocabulary. We will talk about how to, for example, improve vocabulary, how to acquire, how to get a get a whole list of vocabularies which can help you with regard to speaking. That will form the core of lecture number 4, which is going to be the next lecture. As I said, practice is what I want to focus on. Now when it comes to practice, is very very important if you want to learn to speak. That is very very important, very crucial, indispensable. It's like communication skills, learning English language cannot be even conceived, cannot be imagined without without practice. Now, for practice, you may have a colleague with whom you can practice English. But if you don't have a colleague, there is still luckily another option that you may resort to. That is shadow practice, which is a practice that you do with yourself, like you speak with yourself, self-talk. Now, self-talk has two benefits. I know it may sound a bit boring in the beginning, but it's not going to be boring after a while. You will start, okay, seeing some attraction in it. You will draw pleasure from it, and you may even start feeling complete when you when you go through self-talk session. Like, it should be a session. You should you should um, you should, for example, set aside some time in which you talk to yourself about different things. Now, it has two benefits. One is that you get a good command over a topic that you are talking about. Okay, because there are studies which prove that when we repeat something, or when we say something with our tongue, okay, it goes into our mind more quickly than when we don't practice it, when we don't say it with mouth or with tongue. Now, one benefit, second is that you also strengthen your communication skills. You also come across uh, different words. You feel the need for some words that you don't have in your vocabulary. For example, you want to express a certain idea, but since you don't have particular words for expressing that idea, you can simply note those words. You can simply note that down on a piece of paper, and when you are done with your session, you can just go back to ChatGPT and ask that, for example, you wanted to talk about something, but you failed because you were at you were because words were in short supply. Then Meta will guide you. Meta will provide you with those suitable words, and so learning will keep going on, and it's a lifelong learning. I know that. Now, when you practice, it also has another benefit. You will be confident. You will grow confident. Okay, the more you practice, the more confident you will become, and so you will have no problem speaking to someone else in English language. Okay, in formal setting or informal setting, okay, both will sound the same thing to you, because you are confident. Because it is said that for confidence also requires evidence, and that evidence you can supply to your confidence, okay, through your practice. So when you're going to talk to someone tomorrow, you will be confident. You can speak to that person. Why? Because there is an evidence in the form of practice which supports you, okay, which backs you, which has your back. Okay, so that is what I wanted to talk about. And about confidence, Mark Twain, I think he was a great writer, but I don't know the country of his origin. Maybe America or British, one of the two countries. That much I'm sure. But I cannot pinpoint which country exactly does he belong to. So he said that to succeed in the world, all you need is confidence. What that, just permit me to leave. But before I leave, thank you very much for your inquisitiveness and absorbing attention. I appreciate that, and I believe that you people will uh, go back, and after this video, you people will go back and and make the most out of your precious time. Till then, take great care of yourself. Thank you.